Okay, so I'm going to be showing you a couple of different ways of adding references in Word. The first method will be copying and pasting references from Google Scholar, and the second method will be using the reference manager software Mendeley. So first of all, I have a couple of in-text references here which I have typed in, and I'm going to search for them on Google Scholar. I'll start by typing in the names of the authors, the year the article was published, and then just one or two keywords from the article. And this is the article I want here, and if I click on the little quotation symbol here, I'll get the reference in a few different reference styles. So I'll select one of these and copy it and paste it back into Word. I'll do this a second time for the other reference. And this is the reference that I want, so I'll click on the Cite button again and copy the reference. Now I want to format these references so they match the rest of the text, so I'll select them, change it to Times New Roman, and increase the font size to 11. Now I also want my reference list to be in alphabetical order, so I'll select all of the references and go to the A to Z sort up here. I'll sort by paragraphs because each of these references is its own little paragraph. The type will be text, and then I'll sort in ascending order from A to Z. And OK. And you can see that the references have now swapped places and the F is coming before the M. So that is how I would make a reference list using Google Scholar. The next method I'll show you is using Mendeley. So Mendeley is a reference manager software which you can download for free, and you can then add PDFs into it, and it will copy the metadata from the PDF and add it into this bar down the side. And the metadata should include all of the information you would need in order to reference an article. You can then install a Mendeley Microsoft Word plugin, and when you do that, you'll get an extra group in the References tab called Mendeley Cite-O-Matic. Now, if I click where I want to add in my in-text citation, I can go Insert Citation and then search my library for the article that I want. And this is the article here, and I'll click on it and OK. And now I have the in-text citation here, and if I highlight it, you can see it's in a slightly darker grey than all of the rest of the text. Now if I go down here, I can insert the bibliography, and now I have the complete reference down here, and you'll see this is also in a darker grey than everything else. Now if your reference list down here is in a different format to the rest of the text, you need to select somewhere inside the text and go to Home and then Normal, and right click and update Normal to match selection. And then you'll see that the reference list made by Mendeley will change its formatting to match the rest of the text, because it's just copying whatever your normal formatting is set to. Now, if I click in here and go back to References, I can edit the citation, and this will allow me to add an additional reference. So I'll search again for another reference, and this is the one I want here, and OK. And now I have two references here, and it's also added this reference down here as well. Now you can't manually edit these references because they're linked up to Mendeley. So say if I noticed a mistake in here, I couldn't just type in the change I wanted, because the next time Mendeley is refreshed, that change will be deleted. You can see it's disappeared now. So if you want to change anything in here, you have to go back to Mendeley and change the details in this bar on the side, and then when you go back to Word, they will be updated. Another way of copying a reference is to select one of the references in Mendeley and right-click and copy as formatted citation. And then go back to Word, and I can paste in here the reference. And this now is just plain text. You can see if I highlight both of these are still in a darker grey because they're linked to Mendeley, and this is just plain text now, so I can edit it however I want. Now I can also use Mendeley to change the referencing style. So if I change the referencing style to a number style, for example, these two references down here are now numbered, and up here the in-text citations are just two numbers. And there are lots of different formatting options. If you go to more styles, you can just install the ones you want. I'm going to change this back to my regular formatting, and you can see it changes back. Now, even though you can't manually edit the reference list, you can edit the in-text citations. So if I go to Edit Citation, I'm going to delete this one here, but you can see I have options. So I can suppress the author if I want and just have the year. I can change the prefix, so I can have EG, for example, and I can also add in something after the year. So a page number, for example. When I go OK on this, you can see that the reference has changed. Now I can also manually edit this. So for example, I can just delete the parts I don't want and add in the bits I do want. Then when I click off of this, it will throw up this warning telling me I've changed it, and I can choose Keep Manual Edit. And then if I highlight this, you can see this is still linked up to Mendeley and the reference is still down here. An issue with this is that if I change it to a different style, like the numbering style, this changes here, but the referencing style of this bit up here hasn't changed because I have now customized it. Okay, so in this video I have shown you a couple of different ways of adding references into Word by copying and pasting the references from Google Scholar or by using the Reference Manager Mendeley. And that is everything.